Good morning. We are at Granby Lake, Arapahoe Bay campground here in none other than Granby, Colorado. We are taking our rooftop tent on its first adventure with us. So we got in at like 11 last night and probably didn't lay down until midnight, so we're a little tired. It's maybe 9:30 right now, so I'm making some coffee. Plan is we're actually stationed camping right near actually quite a few trailheads and just trail areas. So I think today, this weekend, is going to be my first weekend of back-to-back longer runs. That being said, I think out of the two runs I have planned, we're going to probably do the shorter one today, which is an out and back. It's up to a really beautiful lake. Given it's at like 10,000 feet, I'm hoping snow's not an issue. But tomorrow we'll do a section of the Continental Divide Trail. That's the plan. So it's about 12:30. We're getting ready to go. Today I have one of these lids is leaking so bad. Got some water, just plain old water, electrolytes. And today we're going to actually be testing out our own homemade gels. There's applesauce, rice, maple syrup, ginger syrup, and cinnamon in there. It looks like we have some clouds rolling in. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hot, so it might not be a bad thing if it gets a little cloudy. Where we're parked right now at our campsite, we're about 2 miles from the trailhead, so it'll tack on about 2 extra miles than what the trail is calling for. So we're looking at about 16 miles for this. Again, if we can make it all the way up to the lake. I did bring crampons, so if there is a lot of snow or it's kind of slushy, we should be good to go. And I think we're at, 8,182 feet, so at altitude. We are officially on the trail. The overcast is really nice. It's still pretty hot, maybe in the upper 60s. I don't know, but moving I'm hot. So far very runnable, which is nice, but I betcha we'll start climbing here soon. Great views of rivers and a little lake. It's awesome. So Chandler was just saying, and he made a good point, that we should always bring a water filter and I should always have a first aid kit on me, which I used to always carry a first aid kit, but haven't been very good about that recently. So Chandler always carries one. So I need to take notes from him, but always carry a water filter, always carry a first aid kit. Just playing in the mountains, trying to be smart, you know? So we tried our homemade gels, and flavor spot on. Flavor is so good. It tastes just like cinnamon applesauce. However, the texture is a bit of a miss. Very, very chunky. We had to add more water, blend it up just a bit more. We're gonna work on this recipe and then it'll be ready for sharing, but we're still in the trial and lots of error time frame with this. So we made it to this. I think this was an avalanche slide this winter. It's looking pretty fresh, but we made it here, which is about, I think it's like 7.5 miles. Yeah, 7.5 miles to here with about like 1,500 feet of gain. And there's just a lot of snow still, which I kind of anticipated, but literally did not prepare for at all. We would have like another mile and a half. We wanted to go to Lone Eagle, well, Crater Lake, which is at the base of Lone Eagle Peak. And it's about another mile and a half, which realistically, with the conditions, could take, I don't know, an hour and a half to 3 hours, just depending. So I will say today was very humbling in the sense of I felt rather unprepared for mountain adventures and what needs to go into my bag. I know earlier I mentioned the first aid kit and water filters. However, I should have brought gloves. I should have brought a proper rain jacket, a bivy, just like getting used to bringing stuff for the big mountains. So, very humbling. I could be smarter about it. So, I do know better. I just kind of packed stupid, but just lucky to have Chandler with me today. Not to be out here alone by myself and do something stupid. So be smart. Please be smart. Be smarter than I was today. We had a little snack, decided to turn around. We're going to head back. It should be about 7.5 miles back. And then I guess we'll eat some dinner and just take it easy and use our outdoor shower. So. Just wrapped up and we did 14.6 miles, 15-minute pace. And despite the pace, we did run more than we walked, and about 2,000 feet of elevation gain. So pretty solid. Definitely was reminded about, being at the mercy of the mountains and being smart. So probably needed that. And we got to finish off with seeing a male moose and a little baby moose, which I was really hoping we would see some moose today. And I promise we were close, but a safe distance, safe observation distance. We're gonna try to use our outdoor shower. Dun, 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 dun.
6 gallons of heavy.
6 gallons. We're gonna try to use this baddie. See how it goes. And shower and then eat some dinner and relax. Yeah, because we got another run for tomorrow. Good morning. It is Sunday. I actually slept pretty good last night in the tent. When I woke up this morning, it was 8:44 and I had no idea that I had slept that late. So yeah, the tent is magical. It's very magical. We're having coffee now, kind of packing things up. So we have to go to the main campground area to get some more water because we're running pretty low at this point, and we'll just throw our filter on our bottles. We have these really cool collapsible 3-liter bottles that we'll go fill up and then fill up our waters. Yeah, but I'm thinking a section of the CDT pretty chill. So we're gonna continue to keep the morning rolling and then see what adventure awaits on the other side of this. tent all packed up, and it is hot. Oh my gosh, it's pretty warm. It's about 11:15. Pretty much everything is packed. We just have to still stop for water, and then we'll get going here in just a moment. But yeah, it's definitely a hot one today. I get asked about this a lot, but I have my Janji, I think it's called the Sunseeker hoodie, and it is a sun hoodie, so I think it has UPF 50 or SPF 50, but I absolutely love this shirt. First, it has a hood. Second, the fit is just amazing. Like, so true to size, fits so good. The material is thin and very breathable. It dries really fast, which is really nice, and it's like a cooling material, so like if it is wet or just in general, if it catches a breeze, it really does cool you down. So I can't recommend these enough. I know that they are all sold out. I wore one yesterday. I have it in blue, and Chandler has the exact same one in blue. And then I have this one. This is like their sage color. I would buy them in every color. I would have 5 of them. I love them so much. They're amazing. Janji, sun hoodie, check them out. That being said, we're gonna finish packing this up, and yeah, we'll be getting to our trailhead here soon. So we made it to our trailhead. We ended up finding some water, so we got all of our waters filled, even some for after the run. And the plan is, so I've mapped out a segment of the Continental Divide Trail that runs from Monarch Lake, which is where we're at now, to Grand Lake, Colorado. And Grand Lake is a pretty popular tourist destination. It sits on the western side of Rocky Mountain National Park. So if you ever drive Trail Ridge Road from the eastern entrance to basically the western terminus, you end up in Grand Lake, which Grand Lake is the largest and I believe deepest lake in Colorado. So we would essentially run to Grand Lake today, which would be about 9.8 miles, and then turn around and come back, which would wind up being just shy of 20 miles. So we'll see what we get done. Should be pretty chill trail. Not really sure what to expect. Doesn't seem like there's a ton of people here, which is kind of nice, but it's very hot. It's about 70 degrees. So we have our water filter, and I did pack my first aid kit, extra socks. I feel much more prepared today. Just stoked to be here, and yeah, we should be having a fun day today. So let's get on some trail. About 2 miles in, and it is so hot. Oh my gosh, it is so hot. We're running next to this lake the whole time, and I just want to jump in. I will say my legs feel pretty tired from yesterday's effort, which is kind of a good thing because that's what I really want. I did a whole video about my 100-kilometer training block, and I brought up my plan and my kind of goals for that. So if you care to check it out, I'll link it on the screen. I want to get used to kind of moving on tired legs because 65 miles, I'm pretty sure my legs are going to feel real tired and real beat up at some point. So today's focus, fuel like we're in a race, and just keep moving. Keep it moving. Well, we made it to Grand Lake, and we made it to this campground, so we just got some more water, having a snack, and yeah, tacked on like an extra mile to that. Not sure how, so we're at about 10.5 miles, and definitely feeling it. Definitely tired. All right, we'll see you when we figure out what the next step is, when we're taking the next step. starting, making our way back. We're both very tired, but truth be told, just got to get used to it and get the body used to it, and days like this will be easier sooner, hopefully, rather than later. 64 miles is not going to come easy. So as far as fueling goes, I've gotten a few questions about that recently. So today I brought along a 250 milliliter homemade gel. Like I said yesterday, we're working on perfecting the recipe. But I've had two 20-ounce bottles of Tailwind with the BPN electrolytes. I had a Scratch pistachio and cherry bar. And then I think I put some extra gels and gummies and a Bobo bar in there. So that's what we'll be reaching for next. We have maybe 3.5 to 4 miles left, so it's feeling like we're finally starting to wrap up, but we're doing it. Here we are, just gonna get stronger. So we did it, 21 miles. That was longer than expected, but we got it done. We got that whole, not the whole, but we got a good, we ran this Continental Divide Trail today. 21 miles at altitude. I think that averaged probably like 8,700 feet the whole time. 3,000 feet of climbing. So great training, and yeah, not fast at all, but we kept it moving and we did it. First weekend of back-to-back long runs. Not too shabby. Feeling pretty tired, but yeah. We have a 3-hour drive home, so the next stop is food. It is now Monday evening, and I'm not gonna lie, we got home pretty late last night, around 10:30, and yeah, I had a very short night of sleep, but we survived today. We're gonna get to bed early, and all will be fine. That being said, I capped off my highest volume week ever at 67 miles. I was on my feet for 14 hours, 52 minutes, and climbed a total of 10,200 feet. Like I said, that's my highest volume week ever. And coming out of it, I genuinely feel like pretty decent. You know, a couple spots that are a little sore as far as legs and feet go, but nothing painful or nothing that I'm terribly concerned about, which is awesome, exciting, and motivating. We capped off our weekend, Saturday and Sunday's runs, totaling 35 miles, about 5,000 feet of gain. So that's going to wrap up my very first weekend of back-to-back long runs. And like I said, I feel like it was pretty successful. Minimal aches and pains, and just really fun to get out, adventure, and use our little adventure rooftop tent, which was really cool. And if you didn't know, I am training for the Never Summer 100K, which is taking place in about 7 weeks. So over the next 7 weeks, I plan to do a lot more back-to-back long runs, as well as lots of altitude training and getting out and just exploring and adventuring. So if any of that interests you, consider subscribing, but no obligation. Just happy to have you here. If you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate you sharing your time with me. I know how valuable it is, so thank you so much. If you are interested in seeing a little bit more about the rooftop tent, let me know in the comments down below. I know I mentioned it earlier, but if you're not interested, I won't include it. I am happy to share us getting used to our new adventure vehicle. So let me know. Also, let me know some of your favorite Colorado trails. Let me know what races you're doing this summer. If you've been on some of the trails that I featured in today's video, let me know. I'm very curious to hear from you guys. And I love hearing from you guys. It's so fun. You guys are all so nice, inspirational, kind, and motivating. So thank you for sharing your time, your comments, your thoughts with me. You guys are amazing. If you're feeling generous, feel free to give the video a like. It does help me out. And like I said, if you want to subscribe, it does help out the channel as well, but no obligation to anything. I hope you have a great rest of your day and you get out and find some trail. But in the meantime, I will see you in my next adventure. Bye.